Is there any way the media can find out? You already know you're doing something wrong. The mere fact that you don't want anybody to know. So you know you're doing something wrong. And Skip, he wanted to seem so philanthropic. He wanted to change the perception of the narrative.
Now, that's the honest truth.
Man, your videos are looking intense.
He should have paid his taxes and stayed retired.
Really?
But sometimes we have good nights, sometimes we have bad nights, but we always have good paydays.
In a recent interview, Shannon Sharpe voiced criticism of Floyd Mayweather, claiming the boxing icon may be facing financial issues tied to a reported $42 million scam. Sharpe expressed worry about Mayweather's present circumstances, hinting that both age and poor financial decisions may have affected his standing.
Disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you two checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service. Floyd, you made $230, and I get it, Skip. I can just imagine getting a check for $230 million. Like, hold on. I ain't see I, R, or S in that ring taking no blows. And I'm supposed to send them, yep, you're supposed to send them their cut. That's the way it works. And
what you owe them about half of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, he's in Nevada, so which is no state tax. So basically, all you have to do is give them that 33%.
Yeah.
Skip, I get it, and I get the fact like all they're gonna do is waste my money anyway, but that's not the way you do it.
That is not allowed.
We saw other greats. Joe Louis had this problem.
He did.
Sugar Ray Robinson had to come out of retirement in 55 to settle a debt with the IRS. And even Mike Tyson. But what's so disappointing with me, Skip, Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence. You got bales and bales of money. You might have 30, 40 racks up in front of you. You got Bugattis and Enzo Ferraris and private jets and yacht and you big balling. And you won't cut these people their money?
Shannon Sharpe didn't limit his criticism to the alleged scam. He also took aim at Floyd Mayweather's ongoing exhibition matches. Sharpe suggested that Mayweather is no longer attracting viewers for his boxing skill or competitive edge, but rather for the spectacle these events provide. According to Sharpe, fans are now watching simply to see if anyone can finally hand the undefeated champion a loss. He compared the nature of these exhibitions to scripted wrestling events, arguing they lack the authenticity of true boxing. Sharpe's deeper concern, however, was what this shift represents: a gradual erosion of Mayweather's once flawless legacy, traded in for short-term financial gain.
I'm sure he could be 60 years of age and people would still pay per view to watch him box something.
And so the lure is still there.
Yeah.
They want to see Floyd get beat, even if it's somebody that's not a name that a YouTuber did something that a world champion couldn't do.
Yeah. Didn't?
Yes.
No.
But I saw Floyd Mayweather get knocked down.
But at what point does Floyd have enough money not to stoop to do these exhibitions? But at some point there is athletic dignity attached to 50 and 0, and that's the allure of this.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of, okay?
And the people that they're putting him in there with can't put him in harm's way.
No,
so he doesn't see like you said, I watched this ruckus on Twitter. I was like,
what?
Like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
It definitely was like
Floyd Mayweather's name has recently surfaced in connection with a massive $42 million fraud case, as reported by Business Insider. This development has intensified the growing criticism surrounding his business moves since retiring from the ring. Far from being a minor setback, the alleged scam is seen as a major financial blunder that has placed Mayweather under increased public scrutiny. Many fans and commentators are left wondering how someone who reportedly earned over $1 billion throughout his career could become involved in such questionable ventures. Detractors suggest this situation highlights a recurring theme in Mayweather's decisions, prioritizing financial gain, sometimes at the expense of ethics or legality.
Yes,
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly acquired 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan, spending approximately $402 million. This substantial investment was made through his real estate firm, Vada Properties, and is intended to expand his portfolio in New York City real estate market. Mayweather has expressed that this purchase holds significant personal meaning, reflecting his humble beginnings and desire to provide affordable housing options. He stated, "Growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home by myself. When you work hard, you can achieve anything. However, it's important to note that while Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports suggest that property records do not yet confirm a transfer of ownership. Experts speculate that he may have acquired a minority stake with options for future expansion."
Floyd Mayweather has built a reputation for showcasing his lavish lifestyle, from purchasing multiple luxury homes to owning several identical high-end cars. His social media is a constant stream of opulence, featuring extravagant buys and displays of wealth. However, beneath the surface, there's growing concern about his financial stability. According to reports, Mayweather is currently facing a $29 million debt to the IRS, prompting questions about how someone who's made hundreds of millions could be facing such serious financial obligations.
All right, this next clip is from 2017 on the Joe Rogan podcast, where Tom Segura and Joey Diaz talk about Floyd Mayweather owing $29 million to the IRS. Now, obviously, this clip was way back in 2017, so it's possible he paid it off. Or it's possible that he owes way more now.
I think Floyd Mayweather has like 6. Does he really? He has so many.
He's hilarious.
His spending habits are hilarious. His cars.
I love him.
And he's got like a whole fleet just in white. He's like, white is right. I got a bunch of.
He's got other 18 colors too, though, man.
Yeah,
he
does.
Gang of cars.
All matching up.
He owed that money to the IRS. Why don't you just give him a huge cars?
Because he went so deep, so
How much does he owe?
Well, it's more than you want to pay.
Yeah.
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, like what are you talking about, man?
He's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
Hilarious, I love it. He has 15 million worth of cars.
Congratulations.
But he doesn't drive.
All right, so also, for those of you who don't know, Logan Paul is suing Floyd Mayweather. And the reason he's suing Floyd Mayweather is because Floyd Mayweather owes him over $4 million after their last fight.
In his relentless pursuit of wealth, Floyd Mayweather has ventured into some highly controversial territory. One of the most heavily criticized episodes of his post-boxing career involved his endorsement of a dubious cryptocurrency project. Despite already having amassed significant wealth, Mayweather allegedly accepted millions to promote the scheme, reportedly without fully vetting it. As the project collapsed, it left many fans and investors facing substantial losses. Meanwhile, Mayweather offered little public response, drawing even more backlash for his silence.
At one point, you were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra cards.
The Centra cards. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything that's going on, really. So like what
we all know that.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy can't read,
Yeah.
How much did you guys pay him?
Like $1 million.
He took that knowing or not caring if it worked?
It was just knowing, not knowing, right? Like they didn't care. He does a million promotions like that. It was basically you speak to his manager.
Yeah.
He's like, this is Floyd's price. You send the money over.
Yeah.
The manager makes his little cut from it. And he just says, what do you want me to say? And what do you want me to do?
Okay.
Right. And you just basically give him his script and he just does.
Sharpe didn't hold back when referencing Mayweather's exhibition match against YouTuber Logan Paul. In his view, the bout wasn't just unbalanced, it was an embarrassment. For a former world champion with an undefeated record, sharing the ring with a social media personality came off as a troubling downgrade. The fight, lacking the passion and prestige of real competition, felt more like a publicity stunt than a sporting event. Sharpe questioned how someone who once reigned supreme in the boxing world could willingly tarnish that legacy for a quick paycheck.
Get back?
Yep.
Does this man have no shame?
No.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah. Get that money.
He'll pick up either 15, 20 mil.
He was a highly respected champion.
Still
He
is.
dominated the sport.
Yes.
Greatest defensive fighter ever. And you're going to stoop to this?
Yep.
It's not even the right Paul. It's not Jake Paul. It's the older
we get
brother.
the brother. We get the brother.
He's
there.
easier.
Look, I was like, I started with the moment Nate Robinson hit that canvas face first.
Yep.
I'm like, who can we nominate as an athlete to get our get back? I looked at James Johnson.
Okay, but it's not Jake. It's the older brother.
I want somebody.
Somebody?
Brandon Marshall. Our first things first, Brandon Marshall.
Yep.
But I'm going to tell you who good with their hands and you might not know. Curtis Martin.
So what?
And we want our get back. That's what.
So you want Curtis Martin to fight Jake Paul?
I want him to fight something. We go get our get back. Y'all nothing to have bragging rights.
This isn't even a fight.
Nope.
This is an exhibition.
No, I know what happens.
How low can you go?
Skip, I know you over there. You're like, yeah, we got him. You know, no. We go get our get back. This for the culture. We got to represent. Money, represent.
Represent?
Yep, lump him up.
You represented against Conor McGregor, and it was a worthy fight. It was actually a battle.
We gonna lump him up. Yeah, we gonna lump him up.
Even within the boxing world, criticism of Mayweather has been growing. Bill Haney, a well-known trainer and the father of lightweight champion Devin Haney, has publicly called out Mayweather, arguing that he's changed the sport, but not in a positive way. According to Haney, Mayweather has transitioned from being a respected athlete to becoming Money Mayweather, a figure more focused on profit than the purity of the sport. In contrast, Haney emphasized his own approach, delivering entertaining, competitive fights that fans truly want to see.
Say Tank doesn't want any of it. Why is that? I know you can't give him...
Man, get off of Twitter, man, and knock it off, man. If you the face of boxing, then send over something, man. You know what I'm saying? Something respectful like you're really trying to do this. Because every fighter that Devin with gets paid, man, the most money, man. Knock it off, man. That's bunk business, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we don't need you. Let the welfare feed you for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real. Because that's where you're going to be at in the welfare line. You keep on the people, giving them the fake fights, talking about that we didn't charge $57. Listen, we going to give you the best fights, and we going to get all the people in there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do. And we pay the fighters. We give the fans an opportunity to come in. That's that old... business model that you're gonna charge the fans for some fights and that you the face of boxing because you just keep shoving it down their throat, man. The Mayweather era, that's over with, man. It's the Devin Haney era. That Mayweather over with, man. You hear me? Over with. Floyd ain't never did what Devin did at 25. Tank ain't did it, nobody else ain't did it.
Despite retiring from professional boxing, Floyd Mayweather continues to rake in millions through exhibition bouts. However, these events are often criticized for lacking true competitive merit, frequently featuring social media personalities or inexperienced opponents. Rather than legitimate athletic contests, they're seen as entertainment spectacles designed to capitalize on Mayweather's fame. Critics argue that this approach diminishes the essence of boxing. Once celebrated for his strategic brilliance, defensive mastery, and footwork, Mayweather now appears more like a savvy marketer cashing in on nostalgia than a former champion preserving his legacy.
It was crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game. I said, okay. I said, you know, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million. But I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million?
Tensions ran high during a fiery press conference when Floyd Mayweather began flaunting his wealth. Conor McGregor didn't hold back, firing back with a jab of his own, claiming Mayweather had no business bragging about riches he might not truly possess. McGregor publicly accused him of owing back taxes and implied that Mayweather's return to the ring was driven more by financial necessity than passion for the sport. The exchange exposed a glaring contradiction. The man who brands himself as the wealthiest boxer in history still appears to rely on exhibition fights to sustain his lavish lifestyle.
What would be the value in seeing it a second time? The first one wasn't bad, but the whole thing was this notion of suspense and unpredictability. And what would it be? Well, you got to see what it was. He got marched down and beaten up.
Yeah, it seems like Floyd might realize within himself that that's the last giant money fight he can make. It would have to be as close to a real fight as possible. I mean, it's a Conor who can still throw his hands, although to your point, the brand is damaged and, you know, he needs a win badly in the UFC to revive that. But I wonder if Floyd at 45 is saying to himself, if I've got to fight one more time, a real fight, and that Logan fight was weird, and Floyd, I think, didn't expect to have to navigate it the way he did. I wonder if Floyd thinks this is it. But even that could be a trap fight for him, Luke, because of his age. You never know, okay? But to your point, it's hard to get amped up for it unless one or both of them is sort of riding a certain level of momentum.
Conor McGregor didn't limit his challenge to the ring. He also questioned Mayweather's integrity. He openly stated that Mayweather should have settled his tax issues and stayed retired, instead of resorting to low-profile exhibition bouts. McGregor argued that these matches weren't just a bad look. They were evidence of poor financial decisions. His remarks resonated with many who were frustrated by seeing Mayweather face off against influencers for a quick payday. It wasn't just about the taxes. It was about the way Mayweather was handling his post-retirement career.
You look fucking great.
I feel good, training hard. Did Floyd not take out his own jets?
Floyd got 3.
You know what else he got?
And he got
tax
2
problems.
Yeah.
That's what he's got. That's heavy shit. That's heavy shit.
It's hard to get out from underneath
Fucking right it is, especially when I'm on top of you.
British boxing legend Chris Eubank weighed in on the debate, challenging Mayweather's assertion of being the greatest. While Eubank acknowledged that Mayweather holds the title of the highest-paid boxer in history, he argued that financial achievements alone don't define greatness in the ring. Eubank stressed that a true legacy is built on the quality of the fights, the courage displayed, and the inspiration left for future generations, not merely the size of one's bank account. His comments underscore the growing contrast between Mayweather's financial success and his lasting impact on the sport.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. He says he's the best ever. Has anyone accounted for this observation? I've never seen him lose. You only know a man in how he accepts defeat. So I can't score him. But certainly, the fact that my own child chose him to be a role model over me, the dad, the gentleman. Yeah, he's a playboy. Because that's what he represents. He has clubs, or he had clubs, and he shows bling. Well, this is how I'm living. I wear a dress. And for a bit of humor, I wear a bear.
Rapper and former friend 50 Cent has also shared his thoughts, suggesting that Mayweather's wealth has largely disappeared. He pointed out that while other boxing legends dedicated themselves to their craft and built lasting legacies, Mayweather became consumed by the pursuit of money. According to 50 Cent, the key difference is that true legends didn't chase riches, they chased glory.
Even Floyd, like, we got issues over anger. He's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah. That's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
All that money.
It's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone. Trust me. Now it's like you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
A viral TikTok exposed recently lifted the veil on Mayweather's brand, accusing him of failing to deliver on many of his promotions. According to the video, fans were allegedly duped into paying for events or merchandise that never came to fruition. The expose suggested that Mayweather relied more on hype than substance, leveraging his fame to create excitement without providing real value. This kind of behavior not only damages his business reputation, but also erodes the trust of his once loyal fan base.
I am just flabbergasted that the highest paid boxer, one of the most famous people on the planet, Floyd Mayweather, has managed to become a repeat offender as a scam artist.
NFT world, guess what?
Guess what?
Drop. And of course, I'm the money man. But guess what?
Sure are.
We're not done yet.
We aren't?
They told me
There's more
we're not
scamming to be
yet,
done.
and it's not over.
My God.
Autograph gloves.
Oh my God. That's incredible. 2,000 people that invest in his NFT project get a chance to win autographed gloves. It's crazy. But you might be asking, did he actually follow through on his promises and deliver these gloves? Of course he fucking did.
Money May, you all know the rest.
Money May, you all know the rest. You just got scammed again.
ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith offered a broader perspective, examining how Mayweather's image has impacted the next generation of athletes. Smith argued that young athletes today look up to Mayweather not for his boxing skills, but for his wealth. They emulate his flashy persona, his bravado, and the spectacle surrounding him, rather than the discipline and dedication that once defined his success in the ring.
It's the businessman in Mayweather they actually love even more. As the sun clearly set on the boxing career of Mayweather, many can reflect on a lot of things about the man. He wasn't a Mike Tyson-like knockout artist, or even Tommy the Hitman Hearns. To many, he wasn't even Sugar Ray Leonard. He certainly can't be confused with Muhammad Ali or any other fighter who's ever been socially conscious. No doubt he was guilty of domestic violence, as our very own The Undefeated accurately pointed out. He definitely had his share of boring fights that didn't give the people what they actually wanted to see.
Despite all the criticism, Mayweather remains unshaken. When questioned about the backlash, he responded simply, stating that people will criticize you whether your actions are good or bad, so you might as well do what makes you happy. This comment reflects his mindset, indifferent to public opinion and focused solely on personal fulfillment. While this philosophy may bring him peace, it leaves fans questioning whether Mayweather still cares about the sport that catapulted him to fame. Ultimately, his quest for happiness may come at the expense of his reputation, respect, and the legacy he once built in boxing.
Floyd, you seem really comfortable talking about money. A lot of people in the UK are not. So what are your beliefs around money?
Just because I talk about money doesn't make me a bad person. I mean, I like to have the finer things in life. Money don't make me, I make money. I like to feed my family. You know, we can't feed our family just saying I love you. You know, money is able to put us in a position so we can have the finer things in life. So we are able to travel over to the UK and experience and do different things. We're able to travel to Dubai and other countries and have fun and live life and experience different things. So when you're able to make a lot of money, you're able to do those certain things. And for those people that don't have any money, because life is all about having different experiences.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for the next one.